So this story is a piece of deliciousness. This is from Only Sky. After eviction, Christian hate preacher Jonathan Shelley can't find a new home. Nobody wants to lease to us.
Wah,
Meow,
wah. You know, if you're going to engage in hate speech all the time, you probably shouldn't rely on free market necessities. That's all I'm saying.
Man.
You should just own everything, or go like that guy. You remember that documentary where that guy like builds his own fucking like log cabin in the middle of Alaska or whatever? They should just take this hate preacher, and this hate preacher should just have to go, like, he bought a fucking big tract of land somewhere with his fucking money, and he's got to go hack down a bunch of trees and cut notches in them and live in a fucking log house forever because nobody's gonna fucking rent him anything. That's the you know what? And no one should fucking do anything for him, right? So like he can't hire a team to fucking build it because it's a free market, and they can be like, I don't want to work for fucking some Nazi. Eat a dick. And so nobody works for him, and so he essentially has nobody who could do anything for him. He just has a big pile of money that he can't do anything with. Good. Just fucking hide in your money, dipshit. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that you can't get necessities. Nobody is fucking crying.
Nobody. I would love it, and I would fully support if like Verizon wouldn't renew his phone contract.
Yeah, man.
If Comcast wouldn't provide him internet, right? These are private companies. They should, and I know that some people will write us that like Comcast is in many ways regulated as a utility,
like a public utility.
So I get that. Yeah. But like
in many ways, they don't function like a public utility.
They don't function as the fucking, you know what, I'll tell you what, I've never had a water outage.
I know, right? Yeah.
You know?
Not in the middle of a stream. I didn't have like no stream. You know what I mean?
Right. I didn't have no stream in a stream. Yeah. But yeah, I would love it if this guy couldn't, not only if he couldn't lease a fucking another hate building anywhere, I would love it if nobody would sell him a car.
Oh, it'd be
I
good.
would love it if
so good.
I would love it if nobody would get him a cell phone plan.
Free market.
I would love it if everywhere he went, we should boycott people. Like
free
that's
market.
the thing.
Free
that's
market.
It.
You can't hate the free market. If you're here and you're mad about this, and you like the free market, you can't argue with me. You're not allowed to argue with me. You either like the free market or you don't. Period. The end. That's how fuck off. Period.
Get out of here, dickwad. I love it. Good. You know what? I hope all these fucking hate-filled assholes find themselves in a position where they just can't do anything.
Yeah.
I'd love it if like United Airlines was like, we're not selling you airplane tickets.
Yeah, man.
Like, I just don't want to sell you airplane tickets.
Every single fucking one of these fucking hate fuckers will flip their shit if somebody gets called out for when they are forced to work for a protected group, right? So like, let's say somebody doesn't want to bake a cake for a black person. You can't do that. You're not allowed to do that, right? You can't, like, that's a protected group of people. You can't do that. But ideas aren't protected. Your ideas aren't protected. Like, I can change what my ideas are. I can't change whether I'm white or black. I can't change that. Right. But I can change my ideas. And that's the difference between these two things. You can't do that to somebody who's, who can't change who they are. But you certainly can to somebody who's choosing to be a fuckhead. And you know what? It says, I'm going to tap the sign back here. It says, no fuckheads. You don't get you don't get a car. You don't get a sandwich. You don't get a pizza. You don't get anything. You get zero. Go on, move along with your life.
Yeah, man, there's a case that the Supreme Court has already heard and is in consideration right now. They just heard this like last month, if I'm not mistaken, or a few weeks ago, where a woman is a graphic designer, and she took a case all the way to the Supreme Court saying, I know it, and I'm not even kidding, I know it hasn't happened yet, but I don't ever want to design a web page for a gay couple. So I want the Supreme Court to rule on whether or not I will, in the future tense, ever have to supply a web design site to a gay couple, or because I find that fucking objectionable because I'm a bigot. Yeah. And crazy enough, even though she wasn't harmed in any way, she had no damages. In fact, it had never even come up where anyone tried to hire her for this work. The Supreme Court took that case up. And the Supreme Court took that case up, according to all the analysis I read, because they want to overturn the prior decisions that have been made that granted people protections based on their sexual orientation. That's why they took this case up, is from everything that I've read.
Sure, because they're a fucking group of monsters.
They are. Yeah. So by that exact same logic, great. you know what? If we're gonna live by the letter of this fucking horrible law, where all right, some web designer doesn't have to design a website for a gay couple because she's a bigot, then I'll tell you what, nobody has to lease anything to this lady.
Yeah.
Like nobody has to. You know what, Cisco? You don't have to fucking sell her routers. You know, for her fucking web business. You don't have to. We can just stop providing her services. We can do it all. We can do it right now.
If
she
that's
can
the
set
case,
the
then
precedent.
if you're setting the precedent, that's on you then. Yeah.
Great. That's awesome. Great news. No matter where you go, people can turn you away for any. No, sorry, specifically because it's you. I don't want you in my business.
Yeah.
Like if she tried to buy a house and she came to my company, I could be like, oh, you know what? It turns out I'm not going to do your closing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's the day of your closing, but I'm just going to not do it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to not do it. And
just going to not do it.
That's how that's going to work.
Wow.
We all have that right now. That's the right these fuckers are going to establish, and we need to turn it right back on them. We need to turn it back on them. They're turning it on the vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. So we need to turn it back on them. We need to boycott them individually.
Yeah. They have to wear like a red letter A or something.
Yeah. It'd be the only shirts we'll sell them.
Yeah.
They go to Kohl's, it'd just be like a letter A section. Like,
sorry,
can I shop anywhere else?
Yeah.
No, it's all husky.
It just stands for asshole. So
right.